This is the new Citroën ec3 and I'm in Austria to take a first look at it. When it goes on sale in Ireland later this year, it's going to be one of the most affordable electric cars on sale. So in Europe, it goes on sale price from under €25,000. That is big news. Now we don't know Irish pricing yet, but affordability is a key theme of this car. So it's going to have to be priced well to compete in the market. You've got things like Dacia Spring and also BYD Dolphin in this space as well, and pretty much any other super mini that you can think of. Now this is available in an electric version. There's also a mild hybrid petrol and a simple 1.2 litre petrol manual as well. This is the electric version, a WLTP range up to about 320 kilometres. And Citroën, of course, has a great history in building brilliant small cars like the Saxo, the 2CV and even the previous C3 as well. It's a very important car for Citroën in Europe. So in this video I'm going to take a look around inside and outside and take it for a drive. First of all, I think they've done a brilliant job on the design of this new C3. So it's kind of cute and rugged all at the same time. The dimensions are pretty much the same as the previous car, but it's a bit taller and squarer overall, and definitely a strong SUV influence with this new C3. So it's a little bit more rugged, obviously sits a bit higher off the ground. LED headlights come as standard. It also has that new face of Citroën, so brand new logo and lots of personalization options, different colors, different roof colors. There's also these colored clips that can be changed. Alloy wheel sizes 16 or 17 inch. So it's a really good looking car. It's designed in France and it's built in Slovakia. So designed in Europe and built in Europe. There's some nice detail in those rear lights, big chevron there in the center and EC3 written here. And when it comes to boot space, there's 310 litres. That's about 10 litres more than the previous version. So it's not a huge increase, but it hasn't gotten smaller either, which is a good thing, especially since this has gone electric. It needs to accommodate the electric powertrain. Now that is quite high. There's nothing clever like a split floor, but it's got that bit of depth to it. I do think it's practical, and you can also let down the rear seats 60/40. So what's it like inside? Well, very nice for a small car. It's higher than before, so it's easier to get in and out, and you do have a good view out. It's also wider, so it does feel nice and spacious back here. You've got more headroom, more legroom, more elbow room as well. So the headroom, I have about that much extra, which is really good. They've actually got a little bit of an indent there to give you a little bit more. So it does feel very nice here, very airy as well. You've got a few amenities like a pocket there for a smartphone, larger pockets, 2 USB-C ports. There's no armrest, but you wouldn't really expect that in the small car class. There's also door bins and inspirational phrases like this one says, "Be happy," and that one there says, "Feel good." So up front, that kind of lounge feel continues, and it's all about creating this sense of serenity and relaxation. It's quite minimalist in its design. You do have some nice fabrics like this one here in the dash, these lovely seats. They are Citroën's advanced comfort seats with thicker foam. Now there are hard plastics, particularly in the doors, but if this is a budget car, then that's totally acceptable. New compact steering wheel with the Chevron logo, and also a new digital kind of head-up display that shows you your speed and other driver information. New touchscreen, wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Though if you go for an entry model, you just get a docking station for your smartphone. You don't get this screen. So I think this is definitely worth going for. There are also some buttons underneath to adjust things like your climate control, a rocker switch for the drive selector. So overall, it is quite minimalist in its design. There are some plusher parts to the cabin. I think maybe a bit more colour would be nice in here. It hasn't entirely wowed me, I have to say, but it's certainly not impoverished at all. It's well equipped. You've got wireless smartphone charging. You've also got automatic aircon as well. This uses a 44 kilowatt hour battery. It's an LFP battery, so that's new for Citroën and for Stellantis Group. Chosen because it's more cost efficient. And this car is all about affordability. It's what I think will be the start of a wave of more affordable European designed and built electric cars. So that is all good. The range is up to 320 kilometers. So really it is designed as city, suburban kind of car, a runabout really. It's not for long distance motorway driving, but of course you can do that if you have to, and it does have DC fast charging up to 100 kilowatt, which is great. So you get from 20 to 80% if you stop at a DC fast charger in about 26 minutes. So that is very competitive. If electric is not your thing, there is a 1.2 litre 3-cylinder turbo petrol with 6-speed manual. Drove that yesterday and it is a nice car to drive. You do get more driver involvement because you've got the 6-speed manual, and they have done some improvements to that engine. It's got a new timing chain and it's apparently more efficient and more reliable than before as well. Then there's also going to be a new mild hybrid that comes with an automatic gearbox, so it's going to be even more efficient than that petrol manual, and of course the ease of an automatic, so that should be pretty popular in Ireland for those looking for an automatic gearbox. So it's nice to have all those options. Now this EC3 has 113 horsepower. 0 to 100 is about 11 seconds. So it's not an entire powerhouse of a car. There's no great urgency to the accelerator pedal, but it's absolutely fine for a budget small electric car like this. I wouldn't say it's an entire ball of fun to drive either, but the handling is secure and stable, so there's not too much to complain about really. So within the confines of city or suburban driving, it's absolutely fine. It's also very comfortable, so it gets Citroën's advanced comfort suspension, and Citroën of course now is famous for creating very comfortable cars. So it does give this nice smooth ride quality. It's not too stiff or firm, which is always good to have in a small electric car. You don't want to be being thrown around the place in the car. And also because it sits a bit higher off the ground, that helps the low speed ride quality as well. So in town, going over bumps or ramps, it just smooths things out a bit more as well. They've also changed the drive modes in this EC3 compared to some other electric cars from Citroën. So there's no more B mode that used to be there to increase regenerative braking. So that regen effect is now kind of integrated in the normal drive setting. And then if you want to actually remove the regen, you press this C button. That's C for comfort. That removes it. Now it's never quite one pedal driving, I would say, but it's a good enough regen effect. It's no heat pump, but it is an efficient car. So I'm averaging about 11.5 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers. So it's brilliant to just drive small, efficient electric cars. There's a few new driver assistance features as well. Now we haven't been able to test them during these few days because they haven't been finalised and fully validated yet, but they will be in the production cars that reach Ireland later this year, so we'll have a close look at them then. But certainly more modern driver assistance features are going to be available than before. It's a simple, efficient, affordable car, electric car, but also with petrol options. So I think it's going to be a great addition to the Citroën range when it arrives later this year. It's a new era for the C3 and also for Citroën. This LFP battery as well, and it's a cute and characterful car. It's nice to drive, it's smooth, it's comfortable. Not a powerhouse, not an entire ball of fun either, I would say on first impressions, but for that city urban driving, it's a city runabout really, or a town runabout. So that's all from the cabin of the new Citroën EC3. This is just a first look from the launch here in Austria. You can read more over on changinglanes.ie, and I left a link in the description below the video. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.